day 18, and this is the very first sign we see after having left 10 minutes ago. Yay! And it's dark and it's 6:14, and I'll check back in with you guys later. Good morning everyone, it is day 18 and it's Friday the 16th of August. Look how brown you look, Shane. You look really brown. So do I today.
For the first time in Spain.
First time in Spain. Not as chilly as yesterday, but it's a little bit chilly. Jim had a question, and his question was, first of all, about food and wine and coffee cups. Shane can talk about wine, but I'll tell you, coffee all comes in one size only, and it's a small cup. It's like, I'd call it a small from Melbourne perspective. It's a small coffee. Shane, tell us about the wine.
So coffee is you order Americano, which is like a long black. I normally go espresso. There's wines. You can buy bottles of wine. Yeah, really good bottles for €3, so it's really cheap. Most pilgrim dinners you go to, or a lot of pubs have like pilgrim specials as well, where you get like a 3-course meal and they just give you bottomless wine pretty much. A glass of wine normally costs you like €1.50, something like that, for a red wine, and they're all nice. We haven't had a bad wine since we've been here, so wine's good.
Yeah, and as for food, someone else has asked about pilgrim meals. So we've been to all the pilgrim meals that we've been able to go to, except one, and that was at Santa Cruz Monastery the other night, and it was purely because you had to bring something to share for dinner, and I was just like, oh, I don't know what to bring. Anyway, it just felt too hard.
We also wanted to do the picnic though.
Yes, that was our picnic night as well, when we got our halfway certificate. So that's the only one we haven't done. We've had pilgrim meals at the ruins, at Villalora. You saw the big paella. Yes, Roncesvalles. On our first night, we had the pilgrim meal and met a few people, which was lovely. And that's probably why I would go to Roncesvalles and not stop at Orison, personally, just from my experience.
Yeah, we've heard of others where we've had meals with pilgrims, like, we did a Pinchos night in Pamplona. There's probably 15 people there, just sort of did a pub crawl. We've had a fair few where we've had meals with other people, but yeah, we sort of haven't stayed at a lot of places that have one up.
Yeah, and as for food, there's pasta, there's pizzas, there is, what else have we had for dinner? Paellas.
Yeah, normally for breakfast, we normally have a roll. Like a lot of people here have bocadillo, which is like a sandwich with salami, cheese, sometimes tomato or egg and bacon. Tortilla has Helen's favourite with the potato and egg, and sometimes they put bacon or onion through it. And the
badilla is like in a big French stick, cut in half.
Yeah,
so it's good serving size.
Yeah, so I think you mentioned yesterday that we normally just have half and then take half with us in the bag.
Yeah.
We generally always carry some sort of food. Like at the moment, we've got 2 pizza slices from last night in my backpack. We've got half of a sandwich in my backpack. Got some biscuits in my backpack.
That brings me to Bonnie's question. She said, if you're buying cheese and ham, how do you keep it cold in your bag when you're travelling? Yeah, really good question. We don't have anything to keep it cold. What we have done a few times though is push the ham and cheese down the back of my backpack where the bladder is with the water, keeping it cold. So yeah, and the olives, just wrap them up and it's been fine. We just had to stop because we saw this free rest area. So we thought we'll have a look.
Very good. How are you?
Fine.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice and fresh this morning.
Oh.
Yes, it's good. You breakfast or coffee? No.
Oh no, we just had one
Just had one.
100 metres ago. So I might get an
Lots of different things here. So, sorry, we had to have a look at that shop. So back to Bonnie's question. Yeah, we don't have anything to keep our food cold in our bag, but we just make sure that we eat it sooner than later. And yeah, like I said, we put it down near my bladder. One of the days though, that didn't quite work. The cheese was really melted. We ate a little bit of it.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
All the hams and salamis here are pretty heavily salted, so, and you get used to it. Like, you go into most of the restaurants here and they're not refrigerating anything. They're all just sort of sitting under glass cabinets all day, all night.
I mean, the chorizo at that place was all just sitting on top of the counter at the supermarket.
Yeah, it's all been spiced and cured and...
Yeah,
no, we have no concerns about that.
No concerns about that at all.
You find the bread here though, it doesn't have a lot of preservatives and things in it, so it goes hard really quick. So if you buy a bread roll one day, you can possibly eat it the next day, but after that it's like a brick.
Yeah, the other day at the monastery, at the ruins, I was hungry and we had to wait for ages for dinner, and we had a bread roll in our bag and felt like I was eating a loaf of crouton because it was so hard, but I wanted something to eat. So Christine asked about, do I have a hat? I do have a hat. I've got a hat from Seed, a really nice grey one that I wanted to wear here. I did wear it the first few days, but it was so hot and I've got really thick hair, so it just made my head so much hotter, so I haven't really worn it. I probably would have been better off bringing my sun visor hat that I wanted to bring, but I was worried about getting the top of my head burnt. But with my hair in a bun, my head hasn't been getting burnt at all, so probably should have bought that and I didn't. The thing when you're walking is the sun's behind you, so haven't really needed to protect my face too much from the sun, although I should absolutely be more responsible and I should be wearing my hat, definitely. Shane, on the other hand...
Yeah, I wear a hat, obviously because I've got no hair. More and more though, I'm leaning towards the buff, for the same reason that the hat just makes you super hot, even though it's a really light, quick dry material.
Yeah.
With the buff, you can just put that over your head and you still get the breeze coming through. And also, most of the Camino walk, the sun's at your back because you're finished by, 1 or 2, 3 in the afternoon, so the sun hasn't come over the top yet. And so it's normally your neck and the back of your head.
Yeah.
So I find the buff good because you can sort of hang it over the back of your neck and stops that part getting burned.
Yeah, good point. This is a nice little cross bridge here. The water flowing.
Oh, so that's the bridge there that was saying about.
Oh, yeah. This is the safer option to go across this walk bridge. Yeah, right, okay. So yeah, in the book it does say to the left is a cross bridge rather than using the major bridge. And this is, look how fast the water's flowing. I wonder if this is where Martin Sheen's bag falls off and then he races down. Well, it was a fast flowing bridge, wasn't it? Yeah, you can get access down here. If it was a hot day, I bet people would be down here swimming. And then look at this, the work of this big bridge here. Yeah, camper vans. We have seen a few people in camper vans. Be a nice way to get around. Morning to Valerie. She asked about pilgrim meals, which I have just answered. PowerPoints by the beds. A lot of places do, but some places they're a far reach from the bed. However, like the other night, I got up to go to the toilet at 2 a.m. and, there were 2 phones in the bathroom charging. So people are pretty trustworthy and leaving their devices around to be charged. But mostly I think the PowerPoints have been fine, haven't they?
I haven't really paid much attention to them.
Yeah, I do all the charging, so...
we have had a couple that had loose the monastery a couple of days ago, like the plugs are really loose, so it's hard to get them to sit in.
Yeah. Shane has got a portable battery charger, and it's a big one, so we tend to charge that up during the night if we've got to leave it somewhere especially, and then during the day we just use that to charge our phones, and it can do 2 or 3 phones. Walk this way. 2 or 3 phones. My AirPods I've only charged once or twice. Haven't really needed them. My watch I try and charge every night, but what I've been doing with my Apple Watch is putting it on low power mode so it lasts the whole day. Just a tip if you've got an Apple Watch. The other thing you asked about was snorers. Yes, there are snorers in albergs. I haven't heard too much snoring because once I'm asleep, but I do wake up easily and I have heard people snoring. That's why it's sometimes better to get a private room and pay a few extra dollars. And if you're with someone, the price normally works out to be pretty similar. Do you agree?
Yeah, I'm a heavy seaside, don't really notice much snoring, but yeah, I think everyone's so tired anyway. But
Yeah.
there's always someone snoring in the rooms.
Yeah.
Most people just sort of expect it, and a lot of people wear earplugs.
Yep. Just got into Porto Villarente and we've noticed in here there's a pool, a nice big pool. So if you're staying here at this place, there's a pool. So
8K from where we just came from?
yeah, it's only 8Ks from where we came from.
Don't stay where we stayed, keep walking to this place.
Yeah, don't stay where we stayed, and I'll talk more about that a bit later. Karen had a question about cash. So yeah, I can tell you that we changed over 2,000 Australian dollars each, which was about 1,200 euros. Probably not necessary to get that much cash, but we were concerned that we had read so much about not having many card facilities here, which is not true. You can use card at a lot of places. However, you might need a minimum spend. So we pay cash pretty much for everything so far, and we've still got money left over, obviously. And we've only paid card for, like the other day when I was at the supermarket and we got our food for the hill, I paid card. Our accommodation at the hotels, we've paid card, but everything else is cash. Cash. Our cash is in our bum bag, and it's basically on us 24/7. Even when we're sleeping, the bum bag is either strapped to the bed, or I've got mine sometimes in my sleeping sack, so it's well protected. Shane?
Yeah, that's your passport and everything in there as well, so
Yeah.
all your cards.
Yeah.
You don't have any safes or anything in the alberg, so you need to handle it.
Now, someone else, Anne, had a question about long sleeve and merino.
Depends on the weather you're doing. Like this has obviously got a fleece on here, and all my t-shirts you see are all merino pretty much. Yeah, if you're on a shoulder season, I think puffer jacket's probably a good way to go. Super light, they pack up really small. But if you're doing it this time of year, I think a fleece or merino is probably going to get you through at least the first day in, what are we, day 18? To actually put a jumper on.
Yeah. And I haven't got one on at all.
We were even thinking about sending them forward a few days back.
Yeah.
And in probably 20 minutes, the jumper will come off because the sun will be up and it's going to be 30 degrees again.
Yeah.
So it really depends on what month you're doing, but puffer jackets are probably a good option as well.
Whatever you do is you want something lightweight, because otherwise you're going to be carrying it for, like I've been carrying my jumper for over 500 kilometres and haven't needed it, so lightweight.
I know a lot of people wear just like shells as well, like a light raincoat, so that way if it does rain you can keep dry, but it'll keep the wind off you and give you a little bit of warmth. So yeah, it's really about timing and when you're going.
Yeah. So Kaz Dutch, you asked about what maps we're using. Well, I'm using Camino Francis app, and I'm also using the Camino Ninja app. Camino Ninja, I haven't paid for it, so I have limited access to the app, but what it does have is a really great map that you can follow with or without internet. So that's been really helpful. Shane met someone along the way who told him about a fabulous map, and he's been using it religiously. Do you want to show us what it looks like?
Yes, that's the...
Wait, I'll turn the camera around.
So there's the Francis app, that's what that looks like. This one here says Francis Camino, and it looks like a weathered old shell.
Yep.
You can zoom in on that.
Yep.
But when you actually look it up, it's called Camino app, is what they call it in the App Store. It's free. Once you open it, it basically gives you a blue dot like that, tells you where you are, and then it'll tell you at the moment we're 10.7 k's from Lyon, and it'll tell you all the distance all the way along. As you open it up, it'll also give you all the albergs, all the water stops. Well, it's pretty good. The distances aren't quite accurate, but yeah, it gives you all the routes as well.
And that was a free app.
That's free app.
Free app.
Oh, and doesn't need internet once you download it.
Hi Grant, yes, we are only using cash, as I just mentioned before. What we haven't done yet is use an ATM. So that's going to be on the cards in the next few days, to use an ATM, and I'll keep you guys posted how that turns out, but we haven't had to do it yet. Mum, you asked about my backpack. When I send my backpack, what we actually do is take a ton of weight out of Shane's and put it all in my backpack and send that on, and leave Shane with my 2 litres of water and our snacks and our hat and sunscreen and whatever else.
Yeah, so we weighed it yesterday before we left, and I think it was about 8.5 kilos that I was carrying yesterday.
And I had sent on 10.5.
Yeah, which I'm probably at the moment carrying around 10 and a bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, it gets a little bit lighter for me when Helen sends hers on.
Yeah. And I mean, I've got no shame in doing that.
No,
Whatever works.
Yeah, definitely.
We've just stopped at this Bar El Meson, which is a nice little bar. But what was great was, with our coffee, we got a free donut. These are the small wins that you get when you are in nice little places. We're in Puente Villarente. You can see on the sign down there in the red, that's where we are. Someone just asked about the rules to get the halfway certificate. Not really sure about the rules. We thought we read something on there that even tourists could pay a fee and get the certificate, but we're actually not really sure. We did have to show our Australian passport to get the certificate, and we did, yeah, and we had to show our what's it called, credentials, to show them that we'd been receiving stamps. But yeah, it was all a bit confusing, to be honest, because then we read a sign that said it was free, but we had to pay. We ended up paying €7 for 2 certificates, for the tube it comes in, and for a top and a bottom on a tube. So you don't just get the tops and bottoms of the tube, you've got to pay for it. So, and then you get to go through this bit of a museum. We didn't really care, we were just excited.
Yeah, we think the charge could have been to get into the museum. I'm not 100% sure how they work.
Yeah, not 100% sure, but yeah, we got it and pretty proud of ourselves. So we've just had 2 coffees, sun's out, feeling good, and hopefully next stop will be Lyon. Someone also wrote about this eSIM and, you know, how easy they are. Look, I tried getting an eSIM when I went to Bali not long ago, and it was just confusing. So some people, if you're good with technology, great, get an eSIM. My children and I do have a Facebook Messenger group, and we do use that, but like I said, the Vodafone internet is sketchy. So yeah, I mean, that was just a choice that I made, and it's probably an expensive choice. It probably cost me, I don't know, $200 or $300 by the time I get home with the $5 a day, but it's a cost that I'm prepared to pay. So each to their own. WhatsApp seems to be working all the time. I'm in a school WhatsApp group and I get the WhatsApp notifications all day long. So WhatsApp must work better than Facebook Messenger. Just to mention about the certificate that we got in Shagun, they do have siesta. So we got there at 2 o'clock and they were closed, so we had to come back at 4:30. So they close between, I think it's 1:45 and 4:30. So if you're passing through Shagun and you want to get your certificate, try and get there before probably 1:30 or get there after 4:30. So bear that in mind, otherwise you just completely miss out. I've also had a few people ask about, you know, how our feet going. Our feet are going well. Again, we've had no blisters. Some days walking on the gravel is, you know, tough on your feet, but just ensure that when you get to the towns, you've got some comfortable footwear to put on. And quite often when we go to a bar and have a drink, not always Shane, but definitely me, I put my feet up on a chair and elevate them. Sometimes in the albergues as well, there's a blanket at the end of your bed. I've put my sheet over top of that blanket and roll it up so it's like a pillow at the end of the bed when I sleep, so my feet are elevated then as well. So have been looking after our feet that way. Hopefully today I would really love to get a massage. Now I've said that a few times, but I really wouldn't mind getting a massage in Leon. So we'll see what that looks like. Someone else yesterday on one of the Facebook groups made a comment that wasn't very favourable, and it was about, you talk about inspiring others. Do you think you're the only person who's done this? No, I'm definitely not the only person who's done this. And when I say inspire people, just want to make it clear that I'm just an ordinary person who works in a school 5 days a week, has a busy social life, and I'm not this fit and energetic person who goes for runs every day, etc. I just want to, when I say I want to inspire people, Spain is beautiful and this walk is beautiful, and I don't know, there's a lot of people who think, oh, I couldn't do it, it's too long. You actually can do it. It's tough at times and it's challenging at times, but oh so rewarding. And if only one of my subscribers watches this and says, right, I'm going to go and do the Camino, then tick. I feel like what I'm doing here and how I'm documenting this is a good thing. So, yeah, I don't think that I'm the be all and end all, and I definitely don't think that I have all the answers, but I love the questions that come through, and I love being able to share this experience with people and give you a bit of insight, and hopefully you guys make it here. And again, you don't have to do the whole Camino. You could come and do it in stages. Do 10 days of the Camino, go and do some touristy things. I mean, I just said to Shane this morning, maybe we could just finish at Santiago, get a train to Porto and do the 10-day Porto Camino. We won't, we won't, but you could. Anyway, it's absolutely doable, and give it your best shot. Sun is rising over there, it's risen, it's warm again, and it's nice. This morning we left Mansilla de la Mulas, and we walked for maybe 7 kilometres before we got to the first cafe, which was lovely. It was called La Casina Bar. Lovely lady there. Had a breakfast for €4. We didn't have it, but it's on offer for €4 for a breakfast there. It looked nice. But after that, the towns have been like 5 minutes apart, so we've just gone through like 2 or 3 little towns. The next town is on the edge of Leon, and then we'll be in there. So today's walk, if you're setting out early and you want coffee or food, there's plenty to choose from. Someone also asked about listening to music. So yesterday when we were walking, Shane just, I'm not even sure how it came up, but Shane just thought of that song from Phil Collins and couldn't remember the name of it. It was probably playing in his head. And then we found the song and we played it, but it's actually the only time we've played a song, and neither one of us have had our earphones in for any of this journey, except at night when I might be doing my videos or Shane might be listening to a podcast or some music or whatever. But otherwise, yeah, we haven't listened to any music. We haven't tuned out into our own zones with our earphones. However, we do see a lot of people wearing earphones. No idea what they're listening to, but good on them. In the albergs at night, there's a lot of people with earphones in, headphones in. And we have seen the other day when we were doing that long stretch of 17 Ks where there was nothing except the little cafe bar on the side of the road, we saw 4 grown men, and they, later on when we caught up to them, we noticed that they must have had like a radio or something and were playing tunes. Also saw a big group of Italians the other day, and they didn't actually have music going, I don't think, but they were singing quite loudly and cheerfully, which was lovely. But yeah, I thought I downloaded a whole heap of music thinking that I would need to listen to music on the way, and I just haven't needed to at this point, so that's been good too. Just saw these geese Didn't even notice them. Hello. 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 Up there is a rooster that we heard crowing just then. Ah! Is it going to roost again? Good job for the camera. Yesterday my feet were pretty sore at the end of it. Only probably because we had a big day the day before. And our feet are always sore anyway, but I do have this roll-on magnesium gel that I actually thought that I had lost at one point, and then I found it again. And what I find is that I'm not sure if it's 100%, but last night I rubbed a whole lot on both of my feet when I was, lying in bed ready to go to sleep and I wasn't getting up again. And my feet feel great today and I had a really good sleep. So that's what I read about the product before I left, which is why I bought it. And I bought a roll-on because that way I didn't need to rub it in with my hands, which would then mean I need to get back up, go to the bathroom and wash my hands, because the magnesium has a funny residue on your hands once you've rubbed it in. So at home I use a spray and I rub it in on my legs for restless legs, and then I go wash my hands and it's easy. But because, in albergs and stuff, it's not always close to toilets or whatever. But it's helped me. It was about $17, and then I had to pay like $8 delivery, but I got it right before I left, and it's a pure magnesium gel, and it's only 60 ml, which means I could put it in my hand luggage. Magnesium daily gel. The brand I think is called Amazing. So yeah, something worth thinking about. No idea how to say this town name. But here is a cat, Bonnie. Hello, pussycat. Hello. Bonnie, this is just for you. Oh, down the drain. Down the drain. Yesterday we saw no cats because I was looking for them. And here's 3 up here. Cat party. There's one sleeping, getting his suntan on. There's a lot of these little play things set up with some little exercise things, and then these table tennis tables, and there's quite a lot of these things set up along the way. And then some nice concrete chairs over here for the parents to watch safely from a distance. So not sure if I talked about this already, but our accommodation last night at Mansilla de las Mulas was an alberg called, actually maybe I did talk about this, was called El Jardin and Avoid. It was hot, hot, hot. The beds were too close together. There was too many beds in the room. The bed squeaked all night. It's only €12, yes, but you had to pay extra for a sheet and extra for a pillowcase, and it was run down, it was dirty, it felt unloved. And I mean, if the place feels unloved, people aren't going to treat it with love. So certainly not somewhere that I would recommend. Each to their own, of course. But they had a bar downstairs, but you had to walk up the stairs, through the alberg, down the other stairs to the courtyard to sit and have a nice drink, rather than just opening up the doors downstairs to let us through into the courtyard directly without having to walk up 30 stairs and then down 30 stairs. Not sure, maybe there was a reason for that, but yeah, the place was dirty, wasn't clean, bed squeaked all night. Plugs by the bed was a bonus, and it's probably the only thing that we liked. And a dog. Nice little dog. Ah, puppy dog. So we've entered this place. It looks like it's, I don't know, maybe it could be like, this could be like a Kmart. It's got clothes, it's got socks, bathers, anyone? Board shorts.
€5.
€5.
Oh, again.
Yeah, like a Kmart.
Damn.
They look like barley dresses. Boxes, €2.
Calvin Klein.
€2 for 2 pairs.
Look at that, Calvin Klein, $2.80. Cheap.
Very cheap. Ladies' underwear, ladies' bras, t-shirts, bags. Me! Pillows, blinds. Maybe get like a spotlight. They've got cushions and stuff down there. Huh, scissors? I don't know. Just
$3.95, €4 for those ones.
there's some here too.
No, they're cotton scissors. They're really what we're after.
Some wool. Shoelaces.
No, they're actually here.
Yeah, this is definitely a cute little store. Oh, little thingos here. Oh, Rana would like these. You could buy these and you could put lost teeth in them like she does for the kids. Oh, look, there's $1. And you get 6 of them. Rana, you want some? Some fake Crocs, belts, hair ties, scarves. This could be my new hat. Look at this. It's a cool hat. Beads. Lots of things here. This is a very interesting store. This aisle looks like an office works aisle with books and diaries and things. Post-it notes, pencil cases. It's got some electronics, phone cases, balloons. This is a well lit up aisle. Party aisle. We need a party when we finish this thing. Some toys in here. Oh, look, some arm braces and knee bands. Look, Paula, €1. You can get a pack of these for 20 of them. I haven't got these ones up here. Toothpicks. I know that you love that stuff. Fly swatter. Oh, needed that yesterday. Go through stages where you see lots of flies and then none for days and days, and then yesterday they were back again. Lots and lots of flies. So this was that shop that we just went in, which was a bit of an everything shop. Shane bought some scissors just to trim his beard and hair. That is Leon over there in the distance. Said 4Ks. So it looks massive. I think the woman last night told us like 250,000 is the population, but I'd need to check that to confirm. So this is Leon. It looks massive. And that's the hill behind us. Come in from that way. Yay! And it's only 10:23 a.m. so done it in great timing. We've also definitely taken our time today, being a bit slower, knowing that it was a short walk. We've also beaten the heat. Definitely not hot yet. You can see those beautiful mountains in the background. See that? Oh, it's a truck. See the mountains in the background? Beautiful. This is a little town on the outskirts of Leon, Puente Castro. This has got to be, oh yeah, primary school. This has got to be the first sign of a McDonald's, and they have McFlurries. This looks like a primary school over here as well. Basketball. Doesn't look very busy. Well, doesn't look like there's any cars around, teachers' cars or anything, but yeah, definitely that is a school of some sort. How old it looks. Nothing like my brand new school. Another arrow on a light pole. Look at the storks, Paula. Not pelicans, storks. So here's a free information for the pilgrim here, Protection Civil, Santiago, and we're getting another stamp in our new
Igualmente, bienvenidos. Buen camino, sí. Espera. ¿Vais al albergue? ¿Albergue? Sí, lo de Carvacalas. Municipal Carvacalas. Mira, estamos aquí, es este. Este es aquí.
Here's a cross just before we're about to go over the bridge. And this is it. Petrol's probably about the same price as home. It's €58 here. So probably similar to what we're paying at home. There's a KFC across the road. We saw an ad earlier for Burger King, and we've seen the ad for McDonald's. I think Shane's going to try some KFC chicken in this town just to see how it compares with Australia. Shane does love good chicken wings.
Aficionado of the KFC.
Like some type of monument over there, waterfall, beautiful green grass. I'm not going to try and get over there. This is where we are. So this is the old walls that separates the old town to the new town, which is where we're staying up here. So the walls all the way there. Our hotel apparently is straight up here, but look at the wall all the way around. This is magical. Magical, magical, magical. Look at this place. Straight ahead. Oh, and there's still some arrows on the side of the wall here that say, go straight. Look at these buildings. It's very cool walking down here. There's absolutely no sun whatsoever. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of things still closed. Still some arrows on the wall. Ice cream in there, and bread rolls, hat store. Look at this place. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, there's a little puppy dog. Straight ahead, Shane. Right, but yeah, look at that down there. Ah, good old Vodafone over there as well. Okay, this way. Look at this. Looks beautiful. So this is our Hostel Boccolino that we booked through bookings.com. I think it's about €84 a night, and that includes breakfast for two. So tomorrow we will have breakfast at 7 a.m. and then set off by 8 a.m. Look at these. And there's some amazing building in front of us which we will go and explore once we've checked in and dumped our bag. Welcome. So I go across here and they'll help us. It is only 11:30, so no idea if we'll get in. We turn the corner and this is what we see. Cathedral. Wow. So we've just come into the cathedral. It's €7 to enter. But it looks amazing. Look at this place. You're supposed to be able to listen to it on a device, but we can never get internet. Oh, sorry. So we're just gonna think about it. Giving his dogs a rest as he walks through Lyon. Looks like a police car. They're just going for a bit of a stroll. Look at him. So we checked in at the hotel, but we need to cross over the street because we've asked for a room with a view. So we're going to check in here, and this is where we'll have breakfast in the morning before we leave. So we'll go in here, and then we're on the second floor, 254 apparently. It's great when you get a beer and they give you free pinchos. It happens quite a lot actually. The last place we had bacon or ham on bread with our beers. So yeah, beautiful. Jamon. This is our room, 254. Oh, it smells lovely. TV, oh my God, the aircon is on. And this is our view. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this view. How awesome. Don't care about anything else. Shane cares about the aircon. Where's the light? Yeah, toilet, bathroom, easy. Oh, this is our bed.
Something else.
Es 10 euros cañero de allí.
Tapa, free tapa. Yeah, I can give you to something good.
Yes.
Okay.
Gracias.
5, 10.
Yes.
And of course it comes with tapas. Not sure what it's going to be, but it looks good.
Cheese and meat and bread.
Cheese, meat and bread. Yummy. Awesome, thank you. Now there is French playing in the yard. This bird's missing a foot. Can you see? He's just come up to talk to us and he's missing a foot. And he's not the only one. We've seen like two. This one's got no leg at all. Him. So we were here earlier. This place was dead, and of course now it is busy as ever. Everyone comes out late
busier than
tonight.
ever.
I know. We were sitting right here.
Yeah, look at them.
Yeah, I know. So that building directly opposite us is the Gaudi building, G-A-U-D-I. And there's a museum in there, but it was closed.
Gastronómicas de León, como las famosas tapas.
We're on a train going around Spain.
Este barrio era conocido antiguamente como el barrio de los oficios, y así lo atestigua el nombre de sus calles. El Bueno. The statue remembers as the adventures of our hero Alexander Guzman.
Not sure what's going on, but there's something going on. Oh, they're throwing someone in the air. Did you see that?
Not very good coordinated.
Heading to bed, and the place is packed, and it's like 11 p.m. at night.